As we look ahead at your schedule next, obviously, you're heading to Kansas City. What are you expecting from them this year? Are we looking at a three-peat in your envision?
Very possible. I mean, very possible. They're better than they were last year, don't you think?
Yep.
I mean, they've got just saying, okay, some things stay the same. The offensive line, okay, we've got a new left tackle at the moment, but Andy knows what he's doing. He's an old tackle himself at BYU. I'm going to say that the line is as good as it was last year. Kelsey, keep him at the same level. Mahomes, Pacheco. But what's different is they have a vertical threat now. They've got a vertical game that they never had. They won last year. They had nothing on the outside to throw to. Nothing. And now you've got the speed of Xavier Worthy. You're showing him right there. He touched the ball just a couple times last week and broke two of them for touchdowns. And probably their biggest threat on the outside is going to be Hollywood Brown, who's going to be out the first 4 weeks. Trust me, when he comes back, man, what a wide receiver room you got now. And Rashee Rice, who was a great rookie for them last year and probably their best guy on the outside, he's gone up a notch, I think. I think he's a wide receiver one in this league. So now you got Rice, you got Worthy, you got Hollywood Brown coming on. That offense is better. And I think the defense was young enough to where, hey, you got Chris Jones re-signed, but you've got some guys in the secondary that, sure, McDuffie's been around for a while, but there's some younger guys behind him with another year experience. I think they're better. And I think the idea of having to be burdened with the constant drumbeat of the first ever three-peat, they can handle that. I feel pretty good that that's not going to be too much for them to bear. They went through the playoffs last year and had to go through Buffalo first, then Baltimore as underdogs, and can go into the game against San Francisco and win. They last year went through a lot of challenges, conquered it. Now they're better. I think there's a really good chance this year they won't be going on the road for the playoffs if everybody stays healthy. And the Chiefs at Arrowhead, better, faster, look out.
And Jim, I do have one question for you about the defense. I agree with you. Every word you said about the offense. As to Xavier Worthy, huge addition. As Cliff Branch said to me regularly, speed kills. My defense question for you is, how significant, if at all, do you consider the loss of L'Jarius Sneed?
Well, they can't pay everybody, so it got into a situation where someone is going to have to go, and he's a great player. I mean, we saw him last year go pretty much through the whole regular season without giving up a touchdown. Then I think he gave up 2 in the postseason. I'm not going to hold that against him. I think he's one of the best cover guys in the game right now. But I think they have other guys that can play. I mentioned McDuffie. They got Watson. They got Williams. Cook was injured last year at safety all year. He's back. He's healthy. I think Reed's very underrated at safety. But that was a numbers game. The one thing that was a minus about Sneed, he had the ability to get flagged for a late tackle, a late hit, personal foul penalties at some of the worst times, because he's a very aggressive, feisty, emotional player. You have to balance that. So I don't want to put that as an equalizer against his talent, because he was, he's upper deck, upper echelon in the secondary. But I think they can come over that. That's the biggest loss they have, really. Mm-hmm. I think they can get past that.
Check out new episodes of What the Football with Suzy Shuster and Amy Trask every Tuesday. Watch us on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page or follow and listen wherever you get your podcasts.